Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How you doing? Welcome to Beamer's Crafty Corner. I am Beema, better known as Els, and this is my corner. Yeah, it's just a corner of the room. Hubbard sits in the other corner. I think that's so he can keep an eye on me and I don't start welding or something. Alrighty. So, we are working on a steampunk album journal. And an album journal is exactly what it sounds like. It's a photo album, a scrapbook album that we are going to convert into a journal. So we're going to be putting journal signatures in between these pages, which we call fins. And we've decorated all of these. We're not done. We still have some stuff to do here. But, And right now we have finished basically all of our signatures. And what we are currently doing is going back through them and taking out all of our pins where we needed to put, stuff. All right. So we did A and B yesterday. We're going to get C done today. Hopefully. And C. Okay. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Marjorie. Hello, Marie. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I feel you, baby. I had it this morning and just said, I don't wanna. All right, so we made a little pad to go in here. We're good with that. This journal card has already been doubled. Oh, we have a pin. What do we got going on? Well, we have pieces down here that need some love. Okay. So we'll take out our pin. I do have my timer going because I ate my breakfast, and now my timer is going to tell me when my dumb butt needs to take my blood sugar. All right, so last night we got together and we made some little bits and pieces. We still have some bits and pieces. So let's get all these out. Pockets and pieces and gears. Oh my. All right, so we made some little journal cards because I knew we had a couple of these things that needed some love. And so we have some love for them. I do like this little tag and we're going to use it. So let me get a little piece of parchment it's cardstock. It's not paper parchment, it's cardstock, and we'll use that. Now don't you give me any crap. I filled you up last night. I did. Okay. That almost perfectly matches. Look at that. Almost perfectly matches. Weird. Okay. No, you're not fired. Love you. Not going to fire you. Because although I will check my sugar first thing in the morning, and then I will set an alarm to check it for an hour after I've eaten, breakfast is the only meal of the day that I generally remember to eat. Otherwise, I forget that I'm supposed to put food in my body. Okay, let's pop a hole in there. Oh, my scissors tried to kill me. Just a little pair, but they tried to kill me. Let's put that back up there. That's the COVID-19 virus. I've had him since 2020. He hangs up here. Okay, so let's get one of these. Let's turn these back because we did a little one yesterday, so we gotta get the bigger piece out. Okay. No interruptions today because Harry has already been out, came back in, got his breakfast, his little snackies, and then he wanted to go back outside. So I put him outside and he does not want to come in. So I get to work uninterrupted for a little bit, at least until Daddy gets up. Because when Daddy gets up, Daddy will let him in because he'll whine to Daddy. Mommy left me outside. Right now he's out there stalking birds. All right, that needs a top. Let's see. Let's get the Arlene box down. Whoa. It's opened up. And let's get a topper on it. I had a cat. He was born in my bathtub. In 2000. And he was one of, there were 7 cats in the litter. And Mom was a Himalayan Persian, so big a fluff ball. Dad was a Mao. Maos are like Maine Coons. They're big. All the other kittens got adopted. My kids wanted to keep this one. Okay. All right, so we have a pin with a blank card. We need to put something in here. I'm thinking this might be the perfect spot to put the little bookmark that we made in there. And then we'll put a journaling card on top of it, like this. I like it. All right, moving on. And yeah, so for many years, he lived with me. And he kind of adopted my mom as his human when my mother moved in. And my kids were cool with that. But he would when she would come to visit before she moved in with me, when he knew and he could hear her that she was, coming, she was in the park because I had her. I lived in a mobile home park. I owned a triple wide park, house in a park there. And he would sit on the post at the top of the porch, the railing post. He would sit on it and wait for her. And he loved her. He absolutely loved her. Why did we put a pin in this? Does anybody know? Oh, because it's a pocket. But he absolutely loved her. And this will fit. Yes, it fits. Okay. Big journal card in our little pocket. And that was his human. And she lived with me for a few years until I got her medically. She had a lot of, she needed surgery and she had some other issues. She'd had a couple of heart attacks. And so until I was comfortable with she's okay and can live on her own, she lived with me. And Pest, which is what we called him, Pest, he was never a cat, like a kitten. Like he never played with string. He never played with balls. He never chased laser lights. He never did any of that stuff. He was always much too old. He was a very old soul. He thought he was a Pomeranian because at the time I was breeding Pomeranians and I had like 5 or 6 of them in the house. And Wolfie, my male, my show, Pest's mom didn't really want to take care of the babies. She didn't want to have anything to do with them. And my Pom would make her take care of them. He would if they were crying and they wanted to eat and she didn't want to go in there and feed them, he would go and get each one of those kittens and bring it to her and then growl at her until she would roll over and let them feed. So the cat thought he was a dog and thought that Wolfie was his daddy, and Wolfie thought he was his daddy. And they were cute, and they were the same color, which was adorable. And they both were fluffy, which was more adorable. And when he was a little baby, Wolfie used to sleep in a bassinet next to my bed. And so when Pest was a baby, Wolf would go get him and bring him into the bassinet to keep him warm at night. The strangest relationship I've ever seen. But, they loved each other. And when my mom moved out and got her own place, she didn't want to take Pest with her because he would go outside. He was an outside cat. And in my trailer park, he was kind of safe within the walls so he could roam. But where she lived was on a major street. And there was a park across the street. And she thought that's going to be too much of a temptation. He's going to get hurt. So she decided he was going to stay at my house. So he stayed at my house. And every time she came over, he would run out there and sit on the post and wait for her. And he instinctively knew what days she was coming because she'd come over on certain days. And he would know. I don't know if I want to put something under here. No, because I'm going to put something in the pocket. Let's put this in the pocket. I don't want to put that in the pocket. Let's do something else. Let's make something else to put in this pocket. And when she passed away, one of the things she was concerned about was him. What's going to happen to him. And I told her, I said, he'll stay with me until, he's done. Until he decides he's going to pass away. Now, he was born in my bathtub in 2000, in May of 2000. And he passed away in February 2023. 10 years after she passed away. She died in 2013. And he lived his whole damn life in my house. And when he was old and he was getting to that point, where he was becoming feeble, all of the other animals just kind of kowtowed to him. He slept in a basket here. Used to be in my craft room. And then when I converted it, and came out here, he came out here. And he would sleep in a basket here on the floor, right by me and Mr. Mike. It was March of 2023 that he passed away. 3 strokes, went around the world to the left because of one of the strokes. But he was still, until the day before he passed away, and he passed away overnight. So until the day he passed away, as far as I know, he was still getting up and going to get water. He was still feeding himself. Grooming was an issue. He couldn't really massively groom himself anymore. And sometimes when he would fall asleep, he would pee-pee on himself. But Daddy would take him in the shower and give him a shower. and he would give Daddy that look. You know, that precious look that only a cat getting wet can give you. Yeah, that look. And he would give Daddy that look, but he would purr and hum, and he didn't meow because mouse don't. They chortle, but they don't really have a meow. But they have a growl, and they chortle, and he would make all his little noises. And I don't think it was till he was like 10 years old that he played with string. Scared the crap out of me. I was doing something, and so I had string between two chairs, and all of a sudden it yanked out of my hand, and I went, what the hell? And I turned around, it was him. He was rolled up in a ball. It was funny. It's like, what is that? Did you just find your inner kitten? What? He's like, no, you didn't see that. I didn't do it. Never happened. It's never happened. Big goofball. Oh, no. See, I had a story like that recently. Somebody was pregnant, going to have a baby, can't have the dog with the baby. Why can't you have that dog with that baby? Well, it's a pit bull. Yeah, they were bred to be babysitters. Hello. What do you mean you can't have the dog with the baby? Oh, people, get it together. Yeah, I got the sniffles again today. Hi, Sally. Okay. Blah. Okay. And he lived his whole life in my home. So did his daddy wolf. My Pom. I got him when he was about 5 months old. And he showed until he was about 3, 4. And then he was fixed, but he was neutered. He wasn't neutered. He was gelded. So I could still breed him. But he didn't have the urge. And I bred him 3 times. Always the same female. Because she was a sable and he was a wolf sable. And so I had a chance of getting more wolf sables. And that's a very desirable Pom. And so that one fits. That works. Hi, Miss Mari. And yeah, he lived with me. He was my baby. That dog had some issues too. Like if I left the house, everybody was going to hear about it. If I tried to go on a trip, he would climb in my suitcase. That's probably my fault, because when he was a puppy, I used to put him in my purse because he was so small. I would just put him in my purse. And he just thought that it was the greatest thing on the planet to, be with me all the time. Sometimes it was just easy to just let him out the door, let him get in the car, and then tell him, okay, that's it, let's go. And then he'd go right back in the house and didn't care. That is too big. We did that whole thing and it's too big. Don't like that. Don't like that. We're going to do this. I hate these. They're such a pain in the butt to try and take apart. We're going to do it. We're going to get it off of there. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Oh, I had it. Yeah, we're all going to watch me on the struggle bus here this morning. Okay, let's see. Because I had it. Not giving up. Hi, honey. Grumpy bear. He's my grumpy bear. I love my grumpy bear. All right, I am not giving up. This piece is going to come off of here. If it kills me. Ow! Oh, no. Owie. Why does this sticker hate me? It's got plastic. That's the problem. I might give up. go. You can do it. You can get it off of there. You've done it before. I really want this one. Ta-da! I used to have a pit bull years ago. She was search and rescue, trained search and rescue. She was cadaver, and she could smell water. She's a water sniffer. Very, 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 very good nose. Pit bull, and I remember when I had my daughter, everybody was like, "Are you really going to bring a baby into that?" And I was like, "Yeah. First off, they're babysitters. They're going to take care of the baby. That's all that matters." Stripped the baby naked when I got home, before I even went in the house. Blanket down on the floor, put her in a hold command. Walked in, put the baby on the blanket. I said, "Come here." She came over. I said, "Go ahead." She scented the baby. I said, "Now that belongs to me. You take care of it." She immediately laid down with the baby. I have numerous pictures of her out in the backyard with the baby in the walker, and she's right next to the baby. I have pictures of the baby riding on her back. And that is my other alarm going off. Tells me I have to check my sugar. That dog would sit there, and I don't care what that baby was sitting on the floor eating. She could have been sitting there eating tiny corn dogs. That dog would never touch that food. And I remember when I would put her food down, and she ate good food. I fed her fresh back before fresh was, a thing. All right, I ate an hour ago. I'm at 176. It's a little high as far as I'm concerned. This is going to tell me it's okay. Right on spot. That baby could go over there and play in the food, and the pit would just sit there and go, "Okay, when you're done, I'll eat. Okay, we're good." That is all about the way you train your animals. I'm sorry. Some people are idiots. And some people don't know. You know what I mean? Like they just don't. They don't know. But then on the other hand, too, kids have to be taught, leave the dogs alone when they're eating. Why? Because you don't want them in your face when you eat. Trust me, I know. I have Harry. I have not eaten a meal in years that Harry is not right in my face, staring into my soul, going, you want to share. No, I don't want to put anything there. Now, this one, we knew we had a couple of these that we had to do. But aggression in an animal, aside from food aggression, generally comes from the training. Or it's an accident. Accidental aggression happens when, you've got kids or people, basically. It doesn't have to be kids. People and animals in close proximity. How many times if you walk through a room, you've got a perfectly gentle animal, and you walk through the room and something happens and you accidentally trip on them or step on them, and their first reaction is to jump up and growl, bark at you, snap but not nip, you know? Do I want to? No, I don't want to. I'm just going to do a thing here. A thing. And I think we're going to put paper on this one. Black. Yep. Yep. And back in the day, I used to breed pit bulls before I bred Pomeranians. I was an AKC breeder for years. My mom was too. I had contracts with my pet parents. They weren't legally, there was a fine if they cut the dogs, if they cropped the ears or tails on a pit bull, because they're not supposed to have that done. If they were supposed to have cropped ears and cropped tails, they'd have been born that way. That's not the standard for the breed. Also, if for any reason they could no longer keep the animal, they had to bring it back to me. And that contract extended to giving me permission to claim that dog at no charge from a pound or kennel. Because at the time I was breeding pits, I lived between Arizona and California. And California actually has a kill. I don't know if they do anymore, but they used to. Pit bulls, or more correctly, American Staffordshire Terriers, which is what those are. If they came into the kennels, they would be euthanized after the hold. Like they would hold them, to see if the owners turned up. And if the owners didn't turn up within like 5 days or something, they would automatically euthanize them. And so I had it written into the contracts that I would be able to pick them up as a registered breeder. I would be able to pick them up from the pound if, for whatever reason, their mommy or daddy turned them in. My phone alarm started going off at 4, from 4 to 6:30 that your sugar was at 53, so you got up at 6:30. Slugged back a cup of regular Coke. Now it goes off that you're at 210. Okay, did it just go off that you're at 210? Because that's a little whacked out. I would think it would have gone off like right after you had the Coke, like shortly thereafter, within 45 minutes to an hour. That just doesn't seem right. This one is highly industrial. Let's do chocolate. Maybe we're going to do a piece of chocolate. Running out of chocolate. I always have to remember to kind of stretch this out before I cut it so that I know what I'm cutting, because otherwise I'll just take a big chunk. And then the next thing you know, I've got like 2 feet in my hand. Yeah, I'm going to have to get more chocolate. Oh, I got to find a new provider. Because if it went off now and you had the soda at, say, 7 o'clock this morning, 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning, that's an awful long gap before your sugar spike. And makes me wonder if it's something else entirely that's causing that spike and not what you're eating or drinking. All right, now we had this pin in here. Does anybody remember why we had the pin in here? Anybody? Was it for this page? I don't know. I don't see anything here that needs love. This is glued down, so it's not a pocket. That's obviously glued down. There's nothing over here. I don't know, but we're going to call it done. That is C. All right. Now, we're moving on to D. D is the signature that I did off camera. I haven't really even looked at it since I did it. So we're going to take a look at that one. I don't know that it has any pins in it, but I know it certainly probably has tags and things that aren't finished. And maybe some pages that need some love. So you ate breakfast at 10. Yes, they are. Those tails are lethal. But you know what? They're swinging because they're happy. They are the happiest dogs. Everybody thinks that, oh my God, it's a pit bull. No, guys, no. Pit bulls are loving and nurturing, and so are mastiffs. They're just big, sweet, goofy dogs. If they're raised properly. There's people out there that do some really evil, wicked crap to them. All right, section D. Here she is. Pit bulls are giant babies. I'm telling you that they are one of the most loving dogs. They are, by and large, the best dog you can have with small children. Because they're very nurturing. You have kids, get a female pit. They're very nurturing. They're very loving. They're very contact animals. They will sleep on your baby to protect your baby so that nobody can get near your baby. You're not getting near that baby because you got to wake my butt up to get there. They will not put up with crap. You could send your pit bull you can train them to walk your child to the bus stop, wait for the bus, let the kid get on the bus, then come home, and then go back and pick the kid up. They'll do it. They are so smart. And yes, they're like little piggies. And when they're little and they bite, you just pop them. And they go, okay, not supposed to do that. Yes. Of course he thinks he's a lap dog. He is a lap dog. In pit bull weight, he's like 5 pounds. Get over yourself. And he's only this big. A pit bull is only as big as their head. That's kind of the rule. They don't remember the rest of it. They're like, I'm a head. That's all they are. And as far as they're concerned, that's their entire, But they can be troublesome. They can be little piggies because they are a big, powerful machine. So they have to be stimulated. You can't just let a pit bull sit there. Although I will tell you this, they really only want about 15 to 20 minutes of stimulation a day, and then they need to take at least 4 to 8 naps. Those naps need to be at least 30 minutes long. They need to be on your furniture, and they need to be uninterrupted, because if you wake up a pitty, they need a whole nother nap for that to recover. So just remember, they're big, lazy goofies. Oh, hi, Chris. Yeah, they're Okay, so Mari, what you need to do is you need to teach Zola to share everything with the pit. Like if you give Zola a cracker, give her two. One for her, one for the puppy. And teach her that. The puppy will then see Zola as a source of food, willing food, and loving and nurturing and sharing. And we'll go, oh, I like this child. This child is good. It's a good addition to the family. I like this child. But you need to let the pit know that that baby is her baby or his baby. It's his baby, their baby. That's their baby, and they are responsible for that baby. Is my friend there? See, you tell him, no, that's his baby. He's not supposed to growl at his baby. You have to constantly reinforce that that is his baby. His baby. He must take care of it. The truth is and this is the truth, that pit may growl a little bit. That pit may be very indifferent. But I'll tell you what, you put that baby out in the yard and something comes into the yard that's not supposed to be near that baby, that pit will put its life down for it. That's just the way it is. That pit will protect Zola to its death. Because it senses that Zola is part of its pack. There's a hierarchy. The dog is just trying to put Zola in her place. You came after me, you're lower. You need to let the dog know that Zola is higher. Next time the dog growls at Zola, pick it up by its jaw and punch it right in the chest. Tell it no. I know that sounds cruel, but that is the only way to get their attention because they don't get it any other way. You pick them up literally by their little jaw, tell them no, and pop them. Not hard, but pop them in the chest. And it reverberates through them and they go, oh shit, I'm going to get in trouble. That's trouble. I don't want that. I know it sounds cruel, but I've done it to many a pit. My friend! She has her own recliner. I love it. Gigi over here thinks that she belongs on my hassock. I have these little 2.5 by 2.5 foot hassocks, that open up and have stuff in them. When we go out to watch a movie, she gets up on the hassock, curls up and watches TV. It is hysterical. It's the only time she gets up there. Hi, my friend. How are you, honey? Slip the dog some cookies, would you? Make friends. This guy, he's got a brown bow tie. What should we do with him? I think maybe, possibly. See, we got to be careful because there's a lot of browns going on here. I think we're just going to give him a black top, make him very dignified. Luckily, I have lots of black. I have a whole roll of it. I don't know where it came from. I just happen to have a whole roll of black. But I'm missing a couple of other colors. They're starting to run out. My supplier is gone. And I thought about just buying some white Snug Hug and just dyeing it the colors I want it. But I'm too lazy for that crap. I really am. I dyed that chiffon ribbon. That was that was the most I was willing to do. Okay. Now I have a little tear in the page down here. So let's address that issue. So we have a little tear in the page, which means we need to kind of shore it up. So the easiest way to do that is washi tape. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of washi. We'll run a little bit of glue. I want this to be kind of a rough edge hanging out in the middle of nowhere. There we go. We'll take that part off. Now let's flip this over and see what we got on the other side. So on the other side, we still have the same, but we don't want to use the same washi. Ooh. Hey, but we could use a little piece of washi over here. We'll put it over here. Watch this. Because we got this little spot over here. So put a little piece of washi on there. Glitter the bow tie. Chris, how long have you been here, girl? You think I'm putting any glitter on anything? Ooh, no. Just because I love you doesn't mean you get away with shit. Glitter. I don't think there's enough rubber gloves on the planet. Okay, pin goes in the bottle, not in my finger. Why does it keep wanting to go in my finger? Come here. There we go. All right, so we need to deal with this one. Move the candle. Do 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 do. Okay, so I'm going to take these of these. Just didn't work on there. Okay. That again, huh? Okay. I got you. See how you are? Oh, that's why. Okay. I forgot about that. Got it. Okay. So we've taken care of that issue. Now we have this little guy over here. Little card, but no ink. Let's put some ink on here. I know it was a joke. I know. Because you wouldn't seriously think about telling me to use glitter on anything. So I'm not a glitter kind of gal. Some people are. I'm not one of them. I hate glitter. Oh my God. That's why I like the card Arlene sent me for St. Patrick's Day. Glitter is on tape, it's sequins, and it's splatter. But it's all the kind of glitter that doesn't come off. She's got them all on there. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm good with this. We're moving. All right. So this one needs a topper. And it needs a little bit of glue in the corner here. There we go. Got that glued. And then we have this little tag. This little tag is very plain. What are we going to do with it? I don't know. I don't know. No. Yes. If you know, you know. Okay. We're going to cut this one. It's like a catalog number. Could emboss on this, but I'm not in the mood. That's a whole nother mess. Making food for Zola. Yes, feed the baby. Feed my baby. All right, y'all. I'm going to figure out the gas issue so I can decide if we can take this trip, because this will be 2 times now the gas prices have gotten to me where I haven't been able to take the trip because, hello, it's expensive. And, you know, driving across country when it's expensive, and I got to tell you, everything goes up. Everything. It's not, and that's kind of the problem. It's not just the gas that gets me. I have found this to be the truth, that when the gas prices go up, less people drive. That means less business at hotels. So what do? They raise their price. It also means less business at restaurants. So they raise their prices. And so it's kind of a, the whole thing. We're going to put some ribbon in this one. And I'm going to put blue ribbon on it to complement the pocket that it's in. Come out of there. Okay. Booger. So realistically, even though, it just looks like it's just the gas prices, it's everything across the board. So I have to kind of look at all that and see, is it worth can I afford it? Because what I was planning on for this trip a year ago is not what it's going to cost me now. Go get that chapter done. Go to work.
Call from Las Vegas, NE.
Really? Las Vegas is calling me? The whole city?
Call from Las Vegas, NE. Hello. Please leave a message after the tone.
No message. Oh, nobody wants to talk to me. If you're calling my house phone seriously, it's like a telemarketer or... Right, that's not going to work. I got the piece too short. Feed this through. Bring it up. Get out the tiny attacher. Also known as a stapler.
Are you just stuck on Monkey today?
Him, yes. I think they're all stuck on Mosey today. All right, so what else do we have in here? We have a half circle pocket with a little thingy. Let's do a little thingy in there. Do this one, this little thingy. All right, now we're going to fight to get this through the little hole. I can do it. I did it. First time. That was the crafting universe making up for that sticker. They were like, nah, she struggled with the sticker. Let's give her this one. Maybe. Okay. Need something. It's not quite right. Yep, that one's going right there. Okay, here we go. Okay. Do this. Put that in there. All righty. Oh, okay, that's attached. All right. Journal writing space, not a text spot. This one needs a top. Find the right one. Do 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 do. Okay. It's been a while since I've done that one. So. Well, I was trying to be respectful, you know, the whole situation, but now that we've moved past it, those were the days. And you know who you are. Goyles were goyles and men's was men's. Mister, we could use a man like her, but over again. All right, we got that. We're good. Moving on. And we hit this thing. All right, so we have a round card, nothing on it. All right, we got a little tag, 2 tags that need toppers. So let's get those done. All right. Chris, I'm telling you, I want to see what both of you come up with. You and your sister. I want to see them. All right, so we put this one in. What are we going to put on this one? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe something with a little bit of yellow to pick that up. Maybe something yellow, yellow, yellow. This might be a little bit too, it's sunshine, and I probably should use something more butter, but definitely makes it pop. Okay, then we get this guy, which needs to be backed. So I'm going to post up for late night, you know, for Friday Night Nuts. And I will get that posted up in a little bit here. Mash. Al smash. Okay. Still no sign of bug this morning. He was up playing video games with his friend. Late. And his brother. And his sister. And probably Miss Lily, too.
What?
They were playing video games late last night. So this is a tag, a die that cuts, and it cuts this big circle. And as far as I'm concerned, that circle is too big. It's too big. And so I'm going to cover it with the paper reinforcers. Just to make the hole smaller. Okay, those are on the ground. They live there now. Yep, they live there now. I'm not bending over to find them. So Bug is here. So when he gets up, we're going to go through those cartridge dies and start getting that organized. Getting all the, the sets together. There. Now that's smaller and it's better. Muy better. Okay. What am I going to do on the top of this one? I don't know. I'll do this. Pop a color. Okay. Through the hole. Oh, you know what? This one, just because of the way that sits, we're going to do a stapler here. Through and through with a stapler. Oh, I'm sorry. My tiny attacher. I love that somebody just came up with that and everybody went with it. Not one person said, it's a stapler. You know? Nope, not calling it that. It's a stapler. All right, now we need something on here. Let me see what we got in our box of little things. Is waxing your upper lip considered crafting? Yeah. Yeah.
It's an art form.
It is an art form. It's an art form.
As with all artists, you suffer for your work.
He's so funny. He is. He's so punny. He's gonna be a little shorter. He's short. It works. All right, we're going to see. We might want to use these. We might not. Who knows? I never know. I never know. New. New. Sure. Find something. We're going to put this on there. Why? I don't know. Because it's something we have in our bin that works. And why does it work? Because it takes up some of this blank space. That's really all. Okay, let's see. These. Whoa. We're going to do this one. Okay. Let's clean this up. We could put it on here. I cannot remember if I took my pills this morning or not. I think I did, but I don't know. I didn't write it down because I have other things on my pad. All right. I feel like it needs something up here. No, because it needs to be over there, over here. And that does not go over there. We'll see if there's anything in here. There may not be. I may have to make a whole new thing. Who knows? What's on the other side? Ah, piece of metal. So we would have to contend with that. Which may be why there's nothing on this side. No. 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 Let's see what's got here. We could put him on there and make him a tuck. We're going to make him a tuck. All right, so across the top. Down the side. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Simply because you're near me, I'm in the mood for love. All right, let's back this up. I'm in the mood for Chinese food. Right. Chinese. Yeah, I think there's 3 of them in here. Okay, so phew. So one of them is, I think, Girl Art 1. Then there's 2 sets from Polka Art. And then there's one other one. I don't remember who that is. But yeah, this one is actually 3. And the reason that it is 3 is because, one, I bought this set from Temu and didn't realize that it was an Etsy one. But when I finally found it on Etsy, and I searched and searched, it took me a couple of months. When I finally found it, I bought it. And when I bought it, it had not just the papers, but it had ephemera pieces with it that didn't come with the papers. And then Polka Art Studio had this steampunk blue and steampunk turquoise or something, but basically it's the same color, and it worked well. Oh, look at that! We got to fill all of these and back that up. Okay. So yeah, let me see if I can get you all of the designers here. Normally I don't, but you know, I figure if people ask, I will tell you. All right, so 2 of these are from Polka Art Studio. And they are actually there's a few of them. Steampunk blue turquoise, steampunk mechanical, did not use anything from the travel, but I have that one as well. And I think I used the travel labels. These come from the travel labels. These here, those are from the travel labels. This is from My Porch Prints. It's a folio set that they have. I've purchased their item as well. And then there was another one. And I don't know who this is from. Let me see. It might be on the paper. And sometimes they put it on the sheet. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. J. Lee Lou design. Yeah, jleelou.etsy.com. And I got some pieces from that as well. Most of, like the journal cards. Had to feed you. What did you guys have? What did you feed my boy? I got news for you. She always tells me he's my dog when he's being bad. When he's being bad, he's my dog. I don't know how this happened, but yeah, when he misbehaves, he belongs to me. So what did you feed my dog? Although I got to tell you, he does drive her nuts sometimes. She will call me and I'll start talking to him and he'll jump all over her. That's what I get for sending him a big ass cookie. Matter of fact, I got another package that's going to be heading his way. It's not a cookie this time. No, I went to PetSmart. Not a cookie. Oh, this is all there is of this left in the world. I'm going to use it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I want to wiggle it. Just a little bit. Okay. If I find any more of it, I'll let you guys know. Because I'll be like, look what I found. Because I'm a big dork. Yep. Just a giant dork. Okay, here we go. All right, whole bunches of stuff went out in the mail yesterday. Bacon and eggs and yams. Oh, he got good stuff. What did you have, Mommy? Tuna sandwich or something. She had like lunch meat rolled up in lettuce or something. He gets the good stuff. All right, now I've backed myself into a corner. I need something for this one. We use a little black. Black is easy. I can get black anywhere. Hi, friend. She had Jell-O. See what I mean? Oh. What's your sugar at, Michelle? Have you tested it today? Shush. Turnabout's fair play. Okay. Little guy up there. All right, get that. Now this one needs to be back. Guys, we're almost done. $119. Okay. All right, so we're going to back this one. Use the bigger glue bottle because I'm tired of using the little one. Let's get some glue on this puppy, shall we? Hot flash. Having a hot flash. I spend more time in the damn shower because of hot flashes. Not because they cool me down, but because I have noticed that when I have a hot flash and it makes me sweat, I smell like onions. Which is kind of odd because I'll be honest, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I could not stand the smell of onions. Cooked, raw, didn't matter. Couldn't stand it. I think there's something in that now that I'm in menopause, I think I smell onions. My husband doesn't think so. He's like, no, I don't smell onions. I'm like, I smell onions. Yeah, bipolar. That would be your sugar, babe. All right. Now, I'm going to show this to you guys. This is like a vintage paper clip. And it used to have a flower on it, but I popped the flower out and I glued in a little clock because I thought that was more appropriate. Come on, clear up. Anyway, so it's just a cute little paper clip. And so it's movable. You can move it around the page. And then that's got to be backed. Yep. Here we go. I like this because it's gears, but it almost looks like train wheels. Does that make sense? So I kind of liked it. So I cut that piece to use as a pocket. And then we're going to talk about some other parts here because we got some stuff going on. Yes, we do. There. That's pretty good. Let's do this side. There. There. Snip, 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 snip. Don't like that. Don't like that. Let's take that off. Got it. Now, inky, inky, dinky, doo. Inky, dinky, inky, dinky, doo. I'm putting stuff into pockets, finishing up this book. Yeah, because I'm making a book. What is that? I skipped a page. All right. Don't panic. Do not panic. We got this. I can't believe I skipped a page. What was I thinking? Wasn't thinking. That's why I skipped a page. Hey, stupid Jade. Do I have Mickey Mouse here somewhere? Do I? I don't know. Here we go. Okay. We'll put that one in, and we'll put this one in. You know what I'm going to do? And I didn't do it before I put this down, but I'm going to use this one to do it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom of this pocket, right there. Because if I don't, this will slide all the way down. We don't want that. So we'll have two pockets. One there, and then this one up here. That'll only go so far. That'll keep them from, migrating. What am I doing? You can't put the pin in that bottle. You got to put the pin in this bottle. And then you got to put the paw on that bottle. This one? Okay, so now this is on card, so I'm not going to bother. I might back it, but this little booty over here is it's an upcoming project. Simple to do. We'll talk about it as soon as I get the glue on the back of this thing. So it is an upcoming project, and it is Pinterest inspired. But with our own little flair to it. Okay. Is there a reason? Is there a reason? Why are we making noises? Gigi, that's not appropriate. You know I don't like it when you make the noises. Ginger. 9. It's Daddy outside. All right, so this little guy right here, that's not the one. Anyway, this little guy right here, I made, so this was like, I was like, that's kind of cool. I can make like a little tab with it. And I thought that was cool. So we have another one similar to this that's going to be coming up in a video, only it slides over the page. You can put it either direction on any page, same basic form, but it has a tab that sticks out. So it becomes like a corner tuck with a built-in tab. So we have that coming up. And that is the end of D. So we have gone through, we have done all of our pages. We have gone and done all of our pins. And we had a lot in this one. Look at this. We stuck a pin in it a lot. Now, we do still have some work to do on the fins, the pages in the book itself. And we still have to get the holes put in. This is my little bits box, okay? If you're new to the channel, this is my little bits box. And what I keep in here are like little bits of lace and trim that I have left over, either from the big piece that I had or, something that I cut off to do something. And so I just put the little pieces in here. And then if I ever need just a small piece, I can go in here and find whatever I need. So I keep that. I know.
No.
Cheap woman just...
Where's she parking on top?
She's just in a mood. But like if you wanted to use just a tiny little piece of lace, like on here, you don't want to like cut a big piece. So I go in my little bits and I have little bits of it. Now these little guys, because I'm not going to use them on the inside pages because they're too small. They're going to go back in here. And that will keep those safe. And then the rest of this stuff, I know I'm going to use this on the inside. The rest of this stuff, I'm going to put back in the bag because we're not going to do that probably until Wednesday. Oh, I got all kinds of stuff. It all flipped all over my desk. Hold on. Oh, what's going on here? Why are you all over the desk? I don't know. Everybody get in the bin. So on Wednesday, we're going to come back, and the last part of this that we need to go through and finish is the pages themselves inside the journal. So I see you hiding. So we'll go in and we'll do that on Wednesday. And hopefully we'll get the the holes punched. We'll finish the pages because it's a beautiful page, but let's work with it. Let's use it. And we got flips. These still need to be filled. This is just one giant journaling card. Do we want to put something on the back of it or not? Don't know. We'll find out. But there's pages that have nothing. And not that I, have a problem with blank space, but we also have two slots here that need to have journal cards done. So we do have a lot of work still to do in here. We also have a front and back cover that we don't know what we're going to do with it. Okay. So all of that has to get done as well. So we do have a lot of work still to do on this one. I do want to put book corners on it. I was thinking probably these, the fully enclosed ones. Let's just see. I kind of looked at it and I thought this was the right one for this book based on, and let me bring it up here so you guys can see. Based on the theme and the topic, I think this might be the right one. So we're going to do the book corners. Some people have never seen those installed, so we'll do that. So next week, we still have a whole bunch of stuff to do. So we're going to take a look at what we got going on. All right, now where's the bag? Put these back up. Oh. Here's the bag. What's left of our pockets and ephemera. And our paper that we can use. Let me cut this down so that I can fit it in this envelope. Just make my life easier if it's all in one place, you know? See that? Put that in there. Get rid of this. We have lots of strips going in the strip bin. Paper, 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 paper. Strip. Ladies, I think we might have to have a strip night. You know, we sit here and make bases, ephemera bases. See, there's another piece of that ribbon that needs to be, that lace that needs to be put away. I'm going to put these small pieces of paper in here. And then we're going to put this in the bag. So much to do. We're going to put these in here. In there. And these don't fit anymore, so let me grab another bag for them because they don't fit. Oh, oh, oh. And the reason I put them in the bag is because Harry likes to chew on things when he sees corners and stuff. So I don't want him chewing on my journal. So I'm going to put it in here. 2, 3, and 4. And then put it down here next to the journal, the rest of the pieces. It's nice. All right, this goes in the little bits box. I don't want to get rid of the washi tape yet because we're not quite there. I know. Like I said that to Hubbard the other day. We were outside and it was Tuesday. And I told you guys, he tried to get Tuesday off and they waitlisted him and then turned around and they were like over. You know, they didn't have any time for him to take off. And of course, that was the day. We're going to put that away too. I mean, it was freaking gorgeous. Gorgeous. No wind, like just a faint little breeze. Not like we usually get here. Because I got to tell you, everybody thinks Nevada is like hot, hot, hot. It is. But we get almost on the daily wind gusts of up to 70 to 80 miles an hour. Because the wind comes down over the mountains. And it just blows through. And we end up with, like, it is not uncommon to see a trampoline floating down the street here. You go through any residential area and you'll see trampolines, pop-up awnings, lawn chairs, a tent. I saw a tent one time. Somebody, I guess, had a pop-up tent in their backyard. I guess I don't know, maybe they were airing it out to go camping or, you know, something. And that was just tumbling down the street. But we get almost on the daily. And Tuesday, the one day he tried to get off, would have been like the best day for us. We could have gone out in the back. We could have moved the table under the gazebo because we kind of keep it off to the side right now because he pulls the bike out to work on it. And it's under the gazebo. And then he puts it back. So then the table comes back. But we could have pulled the table out, gotten the chairs. We could have barbecued I got a nice London broil. We could have put that on the barbecue and barbecued the London broil in a little, garlic butter. And, oh, God, he's here. Hi, babe. And then, sat out there and enjoyed it. Little salad, maybe some corn on the cob on the grill would have been nice. And then, we could have played cards. It was a beautiful freaking day. Beautiful, perfect temperature, like perfect. But of course, he had to work that day. Now, he'll be off on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday this week because he took a day off. But I will guarantee you Saturday, Sunday, and Monday will be like 97 degrees outside, too hot to do a damn thing. It'll either rain, be extremely overcast. We'll have winds all day. It'll be horrible. Yeah. Horrible. Hi, kitty. How are you? All right, so it's been 2 hours since I ate, so I'm going to go ahead and check my sugar again. I'm so mad. I got my meter. I'm happy. I love this meter. I love the fact that they send me strips whenever I ask for them. Lancets whenever I ask for them. Keeps track of my blood. Gives me suggestions on how I, can change my eating habit or, maybe the times that I'm eating and stuff like that. And now, so now it says I'm at 153, which means I'm out of range because it's gone up. Since I ate, took my sugar an hour after I ate, 2 hours after I ate, my sugar's gone up and haven't eaten a damn thing. Yeah. But it's paid for through, it's Teladoc and it's the insurance. And with the merger coming, we're going to probably lose our insurance and go to a different company. And I don't know if they're, if they have the Teladoc, and if they don't, then I'm going to lose my machine, which means I'm going to have to get a whole new machine. And then I'm going to have to start paying for the damn strips again, which is expensive. And I'm cheap, so I don't want to do that because I'm cheap. Cheap. All right. So all packages, with the exception of one, have been shipped. And one of them goes out today. And then there's one left that hasn't been shipped yet. So we'll keep that in mind. Excuse me, could you move? Would you please get down? Harry, would you please get down? I put fresh crunchies in your bowl. You don't want to get down? I'm going to open a book and lay it on you then. Okay. You can be my book rest. All right. So. What? You didn't like that? Let me let him out. Not you. I know you were out there and Daddy brought you in. I don't know why.
He was meowing at me.
That was just him saying good morning.
I don't think so.
It only counts when you meow. Ginger's in the living room going, I am not going outside. It's hot and I'm old. Heat flashes, menopause. I'm old. Okay. All right. So what's going on? Where are we? We're on the 13th. Friday the 13th. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
All right. Friday Night Nuts. We're going to get together tonight. We're going to shoot the crap, act like a bunch of 12-year-old boys in old lady form. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Maybe menopause. You know, Mother Nature's having an issue. Maybe we can support her. Yes, but it's going up. And I haven't eaten since 9:30, so I'm starting to get a little hungry. So we're gonna have Friday Night Nuts tonight. Remember, that starts at 7 o'clock my time. That's 8, 9, and 10 across the country. A little bit later because we try to keep the youngsters out. Not that we really have a problem with the youngsters in this group. Like the only one that might show up would be my granddaughter. Okay, and we're Irish, so there's not much she hasn't heard. Then Saturday, we are going to be doing Mixed Media Saturday night. I may set up, I don't know. We're probably going to push it back and do it there. I don't know. Let me get my pencil because we're going to push back the Pick a Journal because I'm not done with this one yet. And I want to be done and ready to start like a 3 to 4 week project so that I have time to get this stuff. So I don't know. So let's see. So we'll probably be finishing next week. And then we'll start, which will get us 1, 2. We're going to do it the 11th. Saturday the 11th. Yeah. So this is going to be the pick deadline. I moved this out so you guys have time. So we're going to do that. We're going to move that out. So on the 21st, we're going to do the quarterly project. For the Pokey Tool. And some point between the 22nd and like the 4th of next month, we're going to do that cartridge dies. I'm going to get that done. Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day. Monday's video is a Monday Mixed Media mini morsel. Let me see. Also Sunday, I'm going to be announcing the number 6, the 6th challenge in the Projects of 26 Challenges. Number 5 right now is to make a pocket with ribbon somehow, some way, however you do it. I don't care. It could be a fabric pocket. I don't care. But you know, that challenge yourself to do it. That's the point. Okay. And I am currently posting into, we're moving into posting in May. So we have a lot of stuff. Yes, we're going to do it on the 21st. So we're going to do it on the 21st. I'm going to set that up for the 21st for the Patreons and anybody else who bought the Pokey Tool. So if you bought this kit, I'm sorry it took so long, but I had one that I had to get sent and make sure that that person had it in their hands before I could set a date for it. So if they wanted to come in and do the live, they could. But we're going to do this. The only thing that you really need as far as like your tools is you need some clear glue, whether that's crazy glue or your glossy accents or your E6000 or, you know, anything like that. You just want some clear glue that's going to hold the stones. I do not recommend the 3-in-1. I just don't on this one. But, and this is the long Pokey Tool, by the way, guys. This is not the short ones. It's not this one. As you can see, it's not this one. It is the longer of them. So you've got a nice handle on it and a nice bit of, you know, wiggle room. So we're going to be doing those. And that's going to be on the 21st, which is a Saturday, because a lot of people, usually we do it on Sunday, but a lot of people go to church on Sunday, and I don't want to, I don't want to interfere with that. Y'all get to have your faith, man. I give it to you. It's cool. All right. And I'm going to be posting in the group for what the next journal is going to be. I'm going to look at what's up there and what's ready to go, and we'll get that started. And that way I'll be making that journal while I'm gathering stuff for the Pick a Journal. To do the Pick a Journal, all you need to do is send me a card in an envelope that has your idea, whatever theme you want the journal to be, and just send it to me. Don't put anything on it that tells me who it's from, because I don't want anybody saying that I, pick one because they're my favorite or anything. When it gets here, I put a number on it, and then I will draw one, and we'll do, I'll make you a journal. So if you would like to have a journal and have it sent to you in the continental United States, you can go ahead and send me a suggestion for a journal, and I will draw one and make you a journal and send it to you totally free. Okay? Hey, Miss Jazz. I think that's everything. Except me getting a big old slug of this water. Okay. I have been looking for months to find my doilies. You guys know this. I haven't been able to find my damn doilies. I found them. I found the whole pack of them. I have a big file folder full of them. Yeah, I found them. I was digging around looking for some stuff the other day, and I found them. And I'm going to pull them before I forget where they are. All right, guys, so that's it for me. Listen, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, push the damn button already, would you? Good Lord, I'm going to offend you, and you want to be here for it so that you can tell me you offended me. Or giggle that I offended someone else. It's entirely up to you. But if you'd like to know my schedule, you'd like to know what's going on, what videos I have coming up, free classes, that type of stuff, you can get all that here on the community tab on the YouTube channel or at my Facebook group. Now, how you get to my Facebook group is you go down to the bottom where the description is and you click on it. All of my socials, including my email address, all right there. All you have to do is click on it. It's a bunch of links. It'll take you. You can cyber stalk me like a pro. I have given you the cyber stalking toolkit beginner series. You can find out everything there is to know about me right there. If you don't already know, I got Hubber, I got 2 dogs, a cat, 7 kids. You guys get it. We call our grandkids the DEFCONs. You guys know all about me. So that's it. That's all I have. I will see everybody for Friday Night Nuts. Until then, stay hydrated, stay warm or cold, depending upon what Mother Nature's up to, and stay well. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.